See, there are different kinds of stories. If there's a political story about which I know that these are the facts, and we have advanced information also, we have our sources also, then we cover it differently. All right. Today, I will talk about something else. I will talk about those stories which do not pertain to the realm of politics, but which are lifestyle stories. Life has so much to give us, so much to show. So, my first point will be that students, wherever you are studying, you have a syllabus, and that syllabus has been worked out very, very methodically and diligently by your teachers and by other academics. That's all very well. But then your syllabus is not enough to prepare you to practice media once you finish your studies and go out in the open world. Because if the syllabus was enough, then you would have been a robot. You would have been a machine, only translating what you read in the school or college and implementing it in the field. No. Your syllabus remains only a reference point. The outside world has so much to offer, so much to give. All you have to do is to keep your ears and eyes and mind open. Look around. Life has so much to offer. And in order to keep your eyes and ears and mind open, your mind, your eyes, your ears must be nourished enough. When I say nourished, what I mean is that your ears must be nourished on the best of music, for instance, which is not there in your syllabus. Best of classical music, semi-classical music, pop music, Indian music, Western classical music, whatever you like. Nourish your ears on that. Let your mind be nourished with the best of thoughts, best of ideas. So read beyond your syllabus also. Interact with the best of minds. The best education is when you interact with best of minds. All right. And then nourish your eyes on the best of paintings, on the best of scenery. I am reminded of a poem by William Wordsworth. It's called The Tables Turned. Do read it. And the lines are, "Up, up, my friend, and quit your books. One impulse of the vernal wood may teach you more of man, of moral evil and of good, than all the sages can." Now, this will not be there in your syllabus. So, read literature to nourish your mind. See best of films, best of cinema. I'm not talking about Mere Angane Mein Tumhara Kya Kaam Hai. No. That sort of degrades your own intellect. See the best of cinema makers. See Rashomon by Akira Kurosawa. See Bergman's films, Kurosawa's films, Bert Hanstar's documentaries, Fellini's films, and other masters. So nourish your mind with the best of all these inputs. When it comes to speaking, I wouldn't say speaking is an art, but it just reflects as to the kind of personality you are. I am sitting in front of you, and there's this camera which is hardly 4.5, 5 feet away from me. So I don't need to shout at you. There's something called an audio perspective also. All right. Similarly, when you sit in a conversation with people, you don't shout, you don't scream. And you never listen to someone to react. You listen to the other person to gain. And then if you have any query or if you have anything to add, then you do that. That's the art of conversation. And you pick up so much of knowledge from that also. I'll give you one example of all this. So now before I give you an example, if you incorporate all these elements, best of paintings, best of music, best of conversations, best of cinema, best of scenery around you, if you incorporate so many inputs, the spectrum of your exposure becomes eclectic. When I say eclectic, what I mean is I may have a cup of tea with my childhood friend who still drives an auto rickshaw, and I may have my evening drink with a friend of mine who's a renowned public intellectual. So this is my spectrum of exposure. You have to be at ease. I will give you an example now. I had gone to Pakistan as an observer to oversee free and fair conduct of their elections. I came back from Pakistan. Those days I was shooting a show called Zaika India Ka for NDTV. And I went to Banaras to shoot that. I used to carry 2 camera units with me. The show was not scripted. It was all extempore. I didn't know where will I stop, what will I say. So the instructions to the cameraman were just follow Mr. Dua. So they were just following me. I was walking in the streets of Banaras, looking left, right, and center with my ears open, my eyes open, my mind open, looking for inputs. And location always offers you so much that your own notes or script, if you have any, that becomes only a reference point. Suddenly, from a side street, a fellow came with a bicycle and with a whole lot of cages with birds, beautiful birds in them. He just came. I stopped him. Camera units also stopped. So in the top cages, there were these small birds, beautiful birds, jet black colored birds with the wings with a red border and red beak. Small birds. So I asked him, मैंने कहा भैया चिड़िया का नाम क्या है? बोला ललमुनिया. It's a beautiful name. तो मैंने कहा इसकी कीमत कितनी है? How much does it cost? वो बोला 300 रुपये दर्जन, 300 rupees a dozen. Now I suddenly remembered a poem by Walt Whitman, the great American poet, from Leaves of Grass, where he goes to an auction where they are auctioning slaves, black slaves. And he writes that the auctioneers, the Slovens, didn't know their own job. So I decided to help them out. I just stood and said, gentlemen, look at this marvel of nature, pointing towards the slave. Nature has taken zillions of years to evolve this beautiful organ called the eye, with which he can see beautiful as well as ugly things. Nature has taken zillions of years to evolve this beautiful organ called the ears. He can hear all kinds of things, beautiful things also, music also, abuses also, etc. everything. Nature has taken zillions of years to evolve this beautiful organ called the mind, which has created all the knowledge on this planet. Human mind has created knowledge, not horse's mind or any other species. And look at this body, able-bodied man, and the cost is only $100. I suddenly remembered this poem, Leaves of Grass. So I looked at this little bird called ललमुनिया. मैंने कहा देखिए कुदरत का करिश्मा. कुदरत ने अरबों साल लिए होंगे खूबसूरत आँख बनाने में. Nature must have taken zillions of years to create this beautiful organ called the eye. मैंने वही कहा जो वॉल्ट व्हिटमन ने कहा था. अरबों साल, करोड़ों साल लिए होंगे खूबसूरत पंख बनाने में, जिससे ये उड़ सकती है चिड़िया. रंग दिया इसको, कीमत सिर्फ 300 रुपये दर्जन. So I put my hand in my pocket, took out all the money I had, I gave it to him. I said, open the cages. पिंजड़े खोल दो. Birds are not meant to be kept in cages. चिड़ियों की जगह पिंजड़ों में नहीं है. जैसे ही वो चिड़िया उड़ी, the moment they flew out of the cages, since I had come back from Pakistan, I said, पाकिस्तान में उन दोस्तों के नाम जो जमहूरियत की आज़ादी की ख्वाहिश रखते हैं. To my friends in Pakistan who were craving for the freedom of democracy. अब बताइए कहाँ पाकिस्तान, कहाँ बनारस में ललमुनिया, कहाँ अमेरिका का लीव्स ऑफ ग्रास वॉल्ट विटमैन. अब ये तीनों चीज़ें इकट्ठी हो गई. माई माइंड वर्कड एज ए कैटलिस्ट and something new got created. Now, this wouldn't have been taught to me in any university, in any college. So, keep your ears and eyes open, go beyond your syllabus, read as much as you can, see as much as you can, meet as much as you can, think as much as you can. Thinking also has a form, like a tree trunk has a form. The stem goes up. Thought also has a form. Think as much as you can. Converse with people, ask questions, listen to the best of music, listen to the best of lectures also, see the best of cinema, theatre, a great teacher. Now all these things are not in your syllabus. So my suggestion is, do go through your syllabus. It has been worked out very, very diligently by your academics, but go beyond it. And life has so much to offer, and that's what makes you successful. When I say successful, I don't mean money alone, but effective communicator. If people remain indifferent to your communication, you are not a communicator. So best of luck. Keep your exposure massive and eclectic. Thank you.